In case you haven't seen, a report came out this week showing that Donald Trump's Department of Justice during his first term spied on 2 members of Congress, dozens of their staffers, and even some members of his own administration, including Kash Patel. So yes, Donald Trump already engaged in the weaponization of the DOJ during his first term by spying on Eric Swalwell and Adam Schiff. So here's the thing. When Republicans got wind of this, oh lordy, they were outraged. Outraged, I tell you, over the fact that Donald Trump was spying on his own administration, spying on members of Congress, even if they were Democrats, but they were shocked at this, quote, grave constitutional violation. Here is what Republican House Oversight Committee Chairman Mike Turner had to say in an interview with Pamela Brown on CNN. This report lays out outrageous behavior by the Department of Justice, where members of Congress and staff of the Intelligence Committee, the committee that I chair, had phone records and email records that were accessed by the Department of Justice without court review. Now, this affects, as the report says by Inspector General Michael Horowitz, the constitutional authorities and the individual constitutional rights of the individuals that were impacted. The courts didn't even know the Department of Justice was accessing emails and phone records of members of Congress and their staff merely because they had access to classified information. This is a grave constitutional violation. From the Trump administration, right? You got to add that part in because this came from the Trump administration, from his Department of Justice. And if you don't think that Donald Trump's dirty hands were all over every single thing that Department of Justice did, then you are lying to yourself. So this Republican, again, Mike Turner of Ohio, the chairman of the House Oversight Committee, he was shocked by this egregious behavior. However, he doesn't blame Donald Trump at all. Oh God, no. No. These were the actions of a rogue Department of Justice, he told Pamela Brown. Because Brown asked him, quote, how significant is it that Trump's pick to lead the FBI was ensnared in this, Kash Patel? And Turner, the moron, responded thusly. Well, it really shows that he understands the weaponization that has happened of the FBI, the Department of Justice, against Americans and really against our own government. I mean, here you have the executive branch in effect spying on Congress. That weaponization goes right to the heart of really what we expect of the oversight process. Okay, so you admit it's the executive branch, right? And Donald Trump was in charge of the executive branch. You clearly spell it out, so obviously you blame him, right? Pamela Brown continued. She said, this was Donald Trump's Department of Justice. Kash Patel, for his part, has said he would go after members of the media, either criminally or civilly. Should this be a warning to Kash Patel about how the DOJ and FBI wield their power moving forward? And Turner, without missing a beat, responded, well, absolutely. Kash Patel, who you know I have great regard for, certainly understands the aspects of the deep state. And that is those individuals who really look at the workings of government, the weaponization of government, and use them to go after, I think, the workings of government. Here we see members of Congress, their staff that were targeted. And certainly we see both, civilians and individuals who at blah, blah bullshit, right? I'm not even going to continue reading it because it's nothing but a bunch of jumbled word salad of him trying to say things to not blame Trump for it. You already admitted it was the executive branch, dude. You were right there. And Kash Patel himself was targeted. And you're like, well, see, so he knows the deep state. He knows how the workings work and the workings of the workings, because he said that word about 10 times in there. Man. You were so close to getting it right. You're shocked by this report. You admit that it's a grave constitutional violation. You admit that it's the executive branch. And yet somehow Donald Trump's going to fix it. The thing that Donald Trump did is what Donald Trump is going to prevent from happening in the future, right? That makes total sense if you're insane. But that's what Mike Turner thinks. Trump will come along and fix all the problems caused and committed by Donald Trump himself. That's the MAGA mentality, folks. Let's see if it works for them. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.